I made this endless survival game in 3 days for the Novice Summer Game Jam on itch.io. Well, I might have cheated a little, but that's besides the point. Here's how I did it. I decided that as a late entry, it would be better if I built on something I already had. So I took the game engine I created from my game Napoleon Run and gave it a reskin. This game engine is built in Pygame. If you're a games developer, you're probably screaming at me right now, asking why the hell I would use such an inefficient language. Well, Python is the only language I'm comfortable with. While I'll surely learn a new language at some point, I'm quite happy with using Python. After all, the syntax is relatively easy to understand, and as I'm not building this game for mobile or web, it gets the job done. The theme for the game jam was a fate worse than death. I already thought that this game engine was well suited to a zombie horde survival game, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity to elaborate on the idea. Though, as with all things, I didn't want to be completely conventional, so I came up with the idea of zombies, which turned into wasps, and decided to make the player an exterminator with a flamethrower. I'm particularly pleased with the animations on this game, especially the player idle animation. So, after I had created new assets, I plugged them into the engine. And there you have it. I had a new game ready for the game jam. If I actually left it at that, that would feel too much like cheating. So I made some changes, starting with the control scheme. On Napoleon Run, players controlled Napoleon by dragging him across the screen. With far more enemies to avoid, this imprecise control scheme didn't work, so I updated it to W, A, S, and D. But I didn't stop there. I also added in weapon functionality, something that I felt was missing from Napoleon Run in the first place. It took me a while to get this right. Once I was happy with the new functionality, I decided to update the sound design. I created a new soundtrack and implemented some 8-bit style sound effects, creating a cohesive feel. With that, my new game was complete and ready for the game jam. I bring you BuzzKill, the Undead Exterminator, now available on itch.io. The question is, how well will it perform in the game jam? Submissions are open for another few days, so I'll create a follow-up video when I find out how it's ranked. So far, there's only been a few other submissions of varying quality. It looks like I'm in with a chance. You've been watching Jimbo's Lab. Thanks for joining me.